My season is here. It is autumn. Well, almost. I'm kind of doing this video in collaboration with YotaStyle and WinnieBeeLV, two of my YouTube besties. They came up with the idea to do a video about summer favorites or most used summer luxury items, something like that. I had trouble coming up with summer things, but I know that fall is right around the corner. It is currently the end of August, and for me, fall officially starts September 1st. So I thought, why not do a fall favorites video? And that evolved into a fall do's and don'ts and a couple of fall tips that you may not think about but need to know. So stay tuned to see what you need and don't need and need to know for fall. Tips for fall by autumn. You know this is going to be legit. Hi YouTube, Autumn Beckman here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My channel is all about luxury living on a budget, from high-end luxury handbags and small goods to the everyday luxuries of life. If that sounds interesting to you, please make sure you subscribe. Click the bell notification icon to be notified when I post new videos, and be sure to like the videos that you enjoy. And one of the perks of subscribing to my channel is you get to see my community posts on your YouTube homepage, where I post deals, discount codes, sales, and rare finds related to these beautiful things we love. Let's get started. These are in no particular order, so let me just start. Some of these are luxury brand items, some are not items at all so much, and others are luxuries, but I just remembered because I looked down at my desk and saw something. Before we get started, I have to share a couple of things. Like I said, I'm sort of collabing on this with WinnieBeeLV and YotaStyle, and Winnie recently sent me a couple things in the mail, and I want to show them to you because I think they're fabulous. She sent this t-shirt which says, "Dogs are greater than people," which is 100% true. We all know this. Thank you, Winnie. A shirt that states the obvious, and I will wear it proudly. She also sent me this lovely Coach wristlet with the rocket on it, because anyone who is familiar with Autumn Beckman knows that she loves rockets. Although I don't usually talk in the third person, I apologize for that. But I will add this to my Coach rocket collection. Not sure it'll fit in my Chanel rocket bag, but maybe. Also, another friend of mine on YouTube is Devin Christopher. I will link his channel below, as well as Yota and Winnie's. By the way, go watch their videos when you are done with this one, and check out Devin. I recently sent Devin a small little something, and he sent me the most beautiful note back. Oh, Winnie also sent me a really beautiful note. Thank you, Winnie. But Devin's, I have to say, Winnie, she's probably received something from Devin before, so she will know what I'm talking about. No shade to Winnie, but Devin's note was kind of spectacular. He drew on it. It was a piece of art. But he also sent me this lovely little metal tray, and he doesn't know this, but I love this kind of artwork, these old alcohol posters. I actually have a set of greeting cards with this kind of thing on them. So thank you, Devin, very much. I do love it. Okay, let's get started with the fall do's, the fall don'ts, and the fall what you need to knows. Sounded a little weird. Okay, I'm just gonna go down my list here. Luxury scarves are number one on the list. A lot of people, you've seen a lot of YouTubers, including myself, talk about, for example, the Louis Vuitton shawl. Beautiful shawls, really beautiful, love them. I badly need to get this one dry cleaned because it has stains on it. But we've also, if you've seen a video about Louis Vuitton shawls, you've heard about the problems with them. They snag easily. I hope that you'll be able to see all the pilling on this. They pill pretty badly. Oh yes, you can definitely see it there. I mean, that's ridiculous. Brand new. These are about $700, I believe. I did not buy this brand new, fortunately. I purchased it pre-loved for about half price, I think, from the Real, and I do really love it, and I'm glad I have it. In theory, I would like to get another one or two of them. However, everybody else says, I'm not sure it's really worth it with all the pilling and everything. Like, for that price, it should stay in better condition longer, right? I also have, and this is what I would recommend more than the Louis Vuitton shawl, really. I have this scarf from Gucci. You can see the GGs on it. It's got the little fringe at the bottom. The Louis Vuitton shawls are square. This is not square. This is the long scarf, which I prefer, although the square ones have their benefits. The square one is a really great size for using as a little throw blanket, kind of, too. Great for airplanes and things like that. Now, granted, I have not carried this as much as the Louis Vuitton shawl, but I have not had any issues with pilling or pulls or anything like that. And again, I think I bought this from the Real pre-loved, but I'm thinking it's an outlet item. Not 100% sure on that, but I have not had problems with it, and I'd recommend it. This is my most recent shawl purchase, obviously Gucci. This, however, is very thin. You can see through it, whereas the other ones are more fall winter scarves. But one of the things that you'll see is a bit of a theme in my fall do's and don'ts is this, and I should have said it right up front. I have a problem with fall what to wear, luxury, whatever videos and photos, like Instagram, the fall pictures. It's always this chick in blue jeans and some kind of boot and a chunky sweater, oversized, and a big scarf and a hat, and then whatever bag she's carrying, right? Maybe a coat, a big heavy coat. I live in Houston. We don't really have fall here. We have like summer and then a little bit cooler summer. So as much as I love that fall look and would love to be able to wear those things and layer up and have the cute little coats and all that stuff, we just can't do that here most of the time. It's very rare that it's cold enough to wear a jacket, even a sweater, even a scarf. That's another reason that I probably will never buy another Louis Vuitton scarf, is I just wouldn't get the use out of it. But anyway, one of the themes of this video will be that I'm focusing some of my items on people who live in warmer climates because there just isn't enough attention directed at us, and we're important too. So moving from scarves to coats, can't do something like a Burberry trench coat or some fabulous other jacket. So my tip here, if you're in a warmer climate, is to avoid a luxury coat and go instead to like TJ Maxx. This is going to be another theme that you'll see in this video. Get a little denim jacket, get a little sweater, get something light, get something that, key point here, is not expensive because you won't get your money's worth out of it in a warm climate. Similarly, boots. It's not cold enough to wear boots most of the time here, although they can be very cute for fall. For me, same thing. I go to TJ Maxx, I might find a little ankle boot. But one big tip I want to give you, no matter what climate you're in, because these boots are popular everywhere. If you love Uggs, but you don't love Ugg prices, I want to give you a fantastic tip. Look for a brand called Bear Paw. I'm gonna link them below. You know that there are lots of like knockoffs of Uggs, right? But they're just not the same quality. Bear Paw is the closest thing I have found to Uggs. They use the same materials. So a lot of the shoes that look like Uggs but aren't, and they're cheap, they're made from synthetic materials. Uggs and Bear Paw are both made from natural materials. And with both of those, for the most part, you can wear them without socks. They're kind of designed that way, and your feet won't sweat in them, even in the warmer climates. And Bear Paw is a fraction of the price of Uggs, so I highly suggest checking them out. I'm going to show you something and risk grossing people out, but one of the things that I do every year, and sometimes even more than once a year, is buy myself the Bear Paw slippers. So they look like Uggs, right? They are not. They're the same materials, the sheepskin. I've had these since last November or December, so they're very worn right here. I'm due for another pair, but they're beautiful, they're comfortable, they're just like Uggs, but they're $40 instead of $100. Now I'm gonna give you a little insider tip here, one YouTuber to you guys. Have you seen the Nordstrom hauls and some of the fall and winter videos where everybody's pushing Barefoot Dreams products? Well, one of the reasons, you know, Nordstrom has that big summer sale, right? And it seems like every YouTuber does a video on the Nordstrom sale. That's because we all have links to be able to earn affiliate money. Like we get a little kickback when you use our link and buy something from Nordstrom. And a lot of people push Barefoot Dreams, I guess because it's a popular item. It's something that a lot of people would like. Let me tell you this. I don't understand that, because Barefoot Dreams, the blankets, let's talk about their throw blankets. I am addicted to throw blankets. I love blankets. They're a wonderful fall thing. I have a problem where I buy too many of them. I'm probably not alone in this, yes? I will never buy a Barefoot Dreams blanket. First of all, they are polyester, and I tend to prefer blankets that are, again, natural materials. You don't sweat so much in them, especially in these warmer climates. Maybe it's not as much of an issue in a colder climate, but for us, natural materials are better. Also, their throw blankets are like over $100. Why? For polyester, I don't understand this. I don't see anything very special about the blankets. I've seen them in person. I just am not impressed. So here's what I recommend instead. Go to TJ Maxx or Marshall's or Home Goods or whatever similar kind of store you have. Get a beautiful throw blanket for $15 or $20. That's what I do. And I just saved you $100. You're welcome. Now, what I would pick up from Nordstrom, 100% worth it, and perfect for fall and fall weather. The Longchamp Les Pliages tote. This is the large size with the shoulder handles. And this one is in the color paper, which I think is a newly-ish released color. I picked this up recently. They also have, it's a backpack I picked up recently. This color is cognac. I really like that too. Both of these are available at Nordstrom and they're both fantastic fall colors. As you probably already know, the Longchamp Les Pliages line is a heavy-duty nylon. They're basically weatherproof. They are lightweight. They're packable for travel. They are fantastic bags. The totes come in 3 different sizes. There's also luggage. There's all kinds of other stuff. They're leather pieces, whatever. They're fabulous totes. Perfect bag for fall. And my Nordstrom link is below. Let's talk for a minute about fall fragrances. I want to talk perfume and I also want to talk candles. I've said this before. I have never been a fan or understood spending a ton of money on fragrances. Candles in particular that you burn and then they're gone. You're like literally burning money. Not quite literally, but you get what I mean. And then fragrances, I've just never cared about perfumes. Until recently, if you haven't seen my Louis Vuitton perfume video, I will link that below for you to check out. But I have purchased now 3 different Louis Vuitton perfumes, the Cactus Garden, the Imagination, and what has quickly become my favorite, even though it was initially my least favorite of the 3, Le Jour se lève. And these are the little travel size bottles, and this is the little dispenser that it goes in. You can also buy the big bottles. That's all explained in my travel video. This has an orange base. As I explained in that video, it is not a sweet orange. It's like a deep orange peel kind of orange. Perfect for fall. And it has been the perfume that I've reached for the most lately. It is just really, it's very fall. I don't know how to describe it. Go watch that video where I describe it better. But after you finish this one and you watch Yota and Winnie and you check out some of Devon. Now, as far as candles, if you watched my Vlogmas 2020, I experimented with some candles and I had a little set of diptyque samples. It was a 5-pack that I got from Nordstrom, and if that's available I will link it below because it was a fabulous little set. I've seen them there every Christmas for the past few years, so it seems like there's something that they always have, but there's a specific one for the holidays. But after having that set and I tried some Jo Malone, I understand better why people spend that kind of money on fancy candles. They last longer and they often smell better. The smells are more intense and they're like the more expensive perfumes. It's like a higher quality scent. It's like essence of real things and it doesn't smell chemically. You know, it's not off-putting like some candles can be. But I will say that there's a compromise. You don't have to spend $80 on a candle. You can get other brands that are about half that price. For example, Trap. This is an orange vanilla. This is beautiful. Jo Malone has this orange bitters candle that I think is a holiday scent that they come out with every year. That's my understanding. So look forward to that soon if it's not already out. This is a different kind of orange. This orange is more similar to the Louis Vuitton perfume where it's that deep orange peel. Oh, it's really nice. This, because it has the vanilla, it's a little bit of a lighter, sweeter orange, but I still wouldn't really call it sweet. It's more like a orange creamsicle kind of smell. So if you want something where you can get a really beautiful scent to fill your home, but you don't want to spend $80 on the candle, but you're willing to spend more than 10 or 20, like you want something better than the Bath & Body Works candles. Also, I usually have always gotten candles at TJ Maxx. They have everything. Try brands like this, like Trap. They're great. Nest is another good one. If I can find links for those, I will link them below. Oh, and of course, for the Louis Vuitton fragrances, I will link Becca's information below. She's my sales associate at the Louis Vuitton Houston Galleria store, and she's also their fragrance expert, so you can text her with any questions about fragrances or anything else Louis Vuitton. Speaking of Louis Vuitton, this is the time of year, September, October-ish, where they release their Christmas animations. Now you would think, if you're not already familiar with this part of Louis Vuitton, that Christmas animations would be released near Christmas, but oh no, they are not. They are released in early fall. So if you have your eye on something and if you want to know what's coming out, I suggest going to Instagram, to Foxy LV's Instagram. I will link her below too. She has insider information where she posts photographs of the upcoming items, and they do have some really cute stuff coming out this year, except that it has Vivian in it, and we all know I don't like Vivian. But other than that, they're very cute. If you're looking for something, just want to let you know, start looking soon. You can reach out to Becca. I don't know if she can reserve things for you. I'm not sure how that process works these days, but it doesn't hurt to ask if there's something specific you're looking for. And along those lines, I like to try to get my holiday shopping, at least the stuff that I need to do in person, done before Black Friday. Because after that, things just get crazy in the stores, and especially with the pandemic still going on, don't necessarily want to be in crowded places. The only drawback to that is that if you're looking for luxury items as gifts or luxury items for yourself, then if you buy before Black Friday, you're probably going to miss out on the holiday packaging. So that would be one reason to wait. I did find that to be the case at Dior last year. I went in, I think right between Thanksgiving, or maybe it was the end of October, I don't remember. They didn't have the holiday packaging in the stores yet, even though I did see some people online who had been shopping and had the holiday packaging already. So you may want to, if you're going shopping, if you start seeing people on social media with the packaging and you want to go in and buy something and get that packaging, before you go into the store and buy something, ask your associate, is the holiday packaging in yet? Because that's really why I'm here, and if you don't have it, I will be back. Here's another big fall holiday don't. Skip the pumpkin spice. Stay away from the Starbucks. I don't understand the Starbucks thing. Now, I'm not a coffee drinker, but I do see on social media, like luxury people, they'll post their handbag and there's a Starbucks cup next to it, or they'll be showing off their ring and there's a Starbucks cup in their hand. What? Why? Why is Starbucks associated with luxury or status in some way? I really just have never understood that. And don't be that person. Just don't be that person. Leave the Starbucks at the Starbucks. If you like Starbucks, drink it. Don't post pictures of the cups. No. What I recommend instead of drinking Starbucks, not even talking about posting about it, but tea. If you're like me, a lot of you are, a lot of you like tea. I have talked about this company before. It's a subscription tea service and it's very reasonably priced. It's like $10 a month to get 4 of these packets of teas. They have different packages you can choose from, like black tea or green tea or herbal tea, or a mix, like a sampler pack where you get one of each. I love these. I've talked about them in Vlogmas and shown them, and I've been very happy with all the teas I've had from them. I will link them below, and I highly recommend that if you're into tea. Great gift too. Do that instead of Starbucks, please. If you're looking for something fun to do this fall, something outdoors and something fall-y, if you have this available to you, visit a local winery. They often have fall harvests. Now, in this part of the country, down in Texas, our harvests tend to be more late summer, early fall, but they're really fun. Sometimes it's free. They have like harvest festivals. You can go just hang out and drink wine, but sometimes they give you, I don't know how to say this. You can look at it 2 ways. You can have the fun experience of going in and harvesting the grapes, cutting them off and carrying the bins of the grapes to the wine people who work there, or you could look at it like self-checkout at the grocery store where you're doing their work for them, and sometimes they even make you pay them to be able to do that work for them, which is kind of crazy, but also kind of clever. I have done this before for free and I have paid to do it, and when you're as into wine as I am, it is fun. You should do it. And then they also have the grape stomps, and that's fun too. But that's something fall-y to do that I recommend. My last tip for you, and this again is connected more toward the holidays, but is something you would need to do in the fall coming up very soon. This is, if you have seen my Vlogmas before, you know that I love to do advent calendars. If you are into advent calendars, and some of you have told me that you are, and you want me to tell you up front which calendars I'm doing so that you can buy the same ones and do it along with me, which is a cool idea. I don't know what I'm buying yet, so I can't tell you that yet, but I will tell you this. This is the time to start buying them. You wouldn't think September, October, I'm looking for advent calendars. Oh yes, especially the popular ones, the luxury ones. It's more like October-ish when they come out, but start looking now, because a lot of those, they'll come out and they will sell out before you even knew they were out. So if you know of any that you really want to get this year, and I would refer you over to Cindy's channel, A Heated Mess. She has unboxed quite a lot of advent calendars. She's really good at that. She's purchased some fabulous luxury ones, and she unboxes the whole thing for you to show you what's in them. I don't think she has any 2021 calendars up yet, but if you want to get an idea of what's in some of the last year's boxes, go check out her channel. I'll link it below. I will tell you, I have started looking, and I'll tell you some that I'm looking at. I'm not necessarily buying these. I have done Sugarfina in the past. Those sell out immediately. There are two places to get the Sugarfina. One is directly from Sugarfina. That sells out right away. If you find that you've already missed that one, head over to the Paper Source. They have another Sugarfina calendar. It's basically the same thing, just the packaging is a little different. They are often still in stock when Sugarfina has sold out. So there's a little tip for you. I'm also thinking about doing the Diptyque calendar this year. One I've thought about before and haven't pulled the trigger on because it's pretty expensive, about $500 or so, is Miss Soma, which is a jewelry company, and it just hasn't been worth it to me, but that's something that I have thought about and I'm going to consider it again. If you're into tea, David's Tea, I feel like I've done that one before. Last year I did a wine one. I don't remember the name of it now, but I will link that below. They sold out last year and then came back out with it again, so I will link that below as well because it was the best wine one that I have found by far. This year I'm considering doing the calendar from Flavier. I will link them below. It is a whiskey sampling advent calendar. I've been into whiskey sampling lately. I've always been into whiskey. Haven't talked about it as much as the wine on this channel, but that one's a little pricey too. The alcohol ones are going to be pricey. This one's $225 or $250. It's marked down right now if you pre-order. I don't know. I haven't decided for sure that I want to do that one, but I know I want to do it. I just don't know if I want to pay that much for it. Williams Sonoma has some good calendars I'm considering. There's a popcorn one, which meh. A peppermint bark one. I love their peppermint bark, but do I really want to pay a bunch of money for a calendar where I get the same piece of peppermint bark every day? Probably not. And they have a Williams Sonoma Chuck's luxury food calendar, which I think was kind of expensive too, so I don't know about that. I'm not sure. And a Palais d'été, I think I'm pronouncing that right, which is a tea calendar, and you can find that one at Saks. I'm not sure how much that one is. A lot of the luxury calendars are beauty products, which is not something I'm into, so that's another reason to go check out A Heated Mess if you like beauty products. She's the one to go to for those particular calendars. I also, of course, will do some kind of dog cookie calendar again. Well, those are all my big fall do's and don'ts and things you must know. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope some of that was helpful. Hope to see you back here next time. Thank you so much for joining me this time. I hope you and your loved ones are doing well, and I hope that you have a fantastic day. Bye.